pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah. Dear Lord, we thank you for this day and all that you do for us. Please bless all who are here and help us in making good decisions for our borough. We ask this in your name, Lord Jesus. Amen.
Roll call.
Matt Moore,
Here.
Scott Gutschall,
Here.
Bob Bartlett, Abby Sear,
Here.
Lisa Knutson,
Here.
Jake Flood,
Here.
Jim Steele.
Additions to council that has to be added, anything has to be added?
Anything this time?
Public comment, anybody would like to address us, we need your name, your address, and it has to deal with the agenda at this time. Council consent agenda, items A, B, C, and D, we'll take them all together as everybody had a chance to look them over, and is there any questions?
I make a motion to accept.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, I'm doing the fire report for the chief tonight. Bobby has started football practice, so he'll miss tonight's meeting. Heritage had 25 calls. City had 39 calls for the month. Average personnel was about 11 per unit per call, so that's not too bad. We did have the fire on Valley Street, which I'm sure you all saw what happened there, and there's some things that the fire committee is going to talk about next Monday night in conjunction with that, and then we'll give you a follow-up from that. But that's his report at this point. Mike.
Good afternoon. We had a total of 657 calls for the month of July. 259 were in the borough. We participated in the 4th of July celebration with the concert downtown and stood by for the fireworks. And we also participated in National Night Out last week, which there was a pretty large crowd at that. We have several trainings upcoming. We just did a training at the Standard with those guys, and we're going to be helping Juniata County with the Mass Casualty training down there. And of course, you all know about the fire, and we've been having a lot of those, so we're trying to come up with plans to better. I mean, they've all gone well for us, other than just the sheer chaos at the beginning.
Yeah.
So, you guys have any questions for us?
That building is attached to both buildings on either side.
No, my sister's building is like 18 inches between, which is what I think saved her building from getting really. She had a little bit of damage, but could have been a lot worse. The fire department did a great job.
If that would have been later at night, I think we would have saw a
Yeah.
lot worse turnout.
So the other building was, I believe the other building is attached, isn't
I thought one at least one side.
It's not attached, is it, Caitlin?
No, it is not.
it? Okay,
And it just looks like it is.
yeah. Anything else? Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Mayor Bargo.
I see on the agenda, we're going to talk about the parade that the commissioners are hosting, trying to make it large. We're hoping to have about 5 or 6 bands, and it should be a real nice parade. I wanted to, in conjunction to what Mike has said, first responders in our area have really been tried these last couple of months or last year or so. And I myself have great appreciation. I'm there lots of times and I can see firsthand, you know, what the police, the firefighters, and FAME do for our local citizens. And I would like to personally thank all of them. There aren't a lot of communities that have the commitment that we have here with our first responders. So, Mike and everybody else that is involved, I really appreciate everything. Like I say, I see it firsthand, and I know what they go through, and it's pretty remarkable that we have such a caring, dedicated group of first responders. I will be attending PSA Board of Directors and Board of Trustee meetings on Thursday and Friday. And as always, I will have my phone with me if anybody needs to call me. Anybody have any questions for me? No? Thank you.
Police Chief, David.
Okay, stats for July, we had 327 calls for service, 26 traffic citations issued, 16 non-traffic, 6 crashes investigated, and 6 DUI arrests. We participated in National Night Out with August 4th, and we'd like to thank all who participated, all who came out to the event, and all the businesses and organizations who donated the time and different items for the event. So, again, a pretty good turnout, and good weather this year, so hopefully we'll see everybody again next year. Just wanted to update a little bit on phase 2 of the renovations for the police building. We have started some painting in the garage area, and today they started the epoxy floor, started grinding down the floor for that. So it's getting underway, and hopefully things will go smooth with that. That's all I have for now.
We did the walls around the garage.
Some of it, we didn't get it all completed, but they had to start the floor today, so it'll take at least a week for the floor to be completed. So.
Dave, do you have anything for executive session?
I do not.
Okay.
So.
Okay. First, listen.
Nothing other than things that are covered later on in the agenda.
Treasurer, acting treasurer.
I'm a handful. Okay, tonight, I've combined, we've had reserve funds that are part of the general fund and other funds. So I've combined everything together so it's a better understanding of how much we have in general fund and the refuse and the wastewater collection. Under general fund, we had a beginning balance of $2,449,235.82. We deposited $363,453.76. We earned interest of $6,227.38. We dispersed $446,087.70, leaving an end balance in all general funds of $2,372,829.26. There is 3 reserve funds there. There's the general fund, but we have 1 at JVB and 2 at KISH that's part of that general fund figure with that. Fire escrow fund, beginning balance of $97,720.25. We paid out to property owners the reimbursement of $41,520, leaving an ending balance of $56,200.25 in the fire escrow. Refuse fund had a beginning balance of $1,672,219.66. We received $386,153.90. Earned interest of $4,192.80. We dispersed $117,926.67. Ending balance in refuse of $1,944,639.69. I'll add before I get into the wastewater collection, there's money to be transferred, the way it comes in, and it has to be split. That will be transferred from refuse, that's part of the payments into the wastewater collection. We'll get caught up with that this month. That's why you'll see when I read the wastewater collection, the receipts aren't that much because there's a lot of the money has to come from refuse. Wastewater collection, we had a beginning balance of $1,094,540.59. We received $857. We had interest of $1,031.07. We dispersed $958,797.65, leaving the ending balance in wastewater collection of $371,571.01. Wastewater treatment, we had a beginning balance of $1,294,070.11. We deposited $607,036. We earned interest of $3,517.65. We dispersed $207,495.14. Ending balance in wastewater treatment of $1,609,577.76. Fire tax, beginning balance of $191,458.68. We deposited $30,652.07. We earned interest of $186.97. We dispersed $26,591.71. Ending balance in fire tax of $195,706.02. Light tax, beginning balance $36,778.44. We received $13,523.31. Earned interest of $23.65. We dispersed $9,276.86. Ending balance in light tax of $41,048.54. EMS tax, we had a beginning balance of $7,496.95. We received $1,537.67. Earned interest of $5.21. We had no disbursements. Ending balance in EMS tax of $9,339.83. Liquid fuels, beginning balance of $615,024.53. We had no deposits. Interest of $1,446.34. We dispersed $1,500. Ending balance in liquid fuels, $614,970.87. Victory Park improvement, we still have some funds left there. Beginning balance of $2,512.47. We earned $1.60 in interest. Ending balance of $2,514.07 in Victory Park. Rec Park pool had a beginning balance of $6,556.62. We received $17,499.08. There was no interest or no disbursements. Ending balance of $24,055.70. Overall for the borough, the total of all funds that we have on our hand, beginning balance of $7,467,614.12. We deposited $1,420,712.79. We earned interest of $16,632.67. We dispersed $1,809,195.73. Ending balance of all funds of $7,242,453. That's Treasurer Smith's order for the month of July.
How does council want to react?
Make a motion to accept it.
Do I have a second? All in favor say aye. Opposed?
I do have a report on the delinquency.
Yeah, let's
for the
look
sewer.
at those quick.
Under the utility billing for the sewer and refuse, we have a total balance outstanding of $732,663.39 because we just did a cycle 2 billing. Of that though, the delinquency is down to $185,971.61. It was around 197, I think. Each month we get a little bit better. And we just sent notices out for cycle 1, I think it was, but that's why it's showing 72,000 at 30 days. A total of 70,000 and 50,000, about 120-some thousand delinquent on cycle 1, but we sent out, there was 361 notices went out. Any other questions regarding anything?
Thank you, Jim. Borough Manager.
So we were working on many things with the storm drains in the area of Heritage and South Lane, South Main. We have done a lot of cammering. That would be the street department working with the wastewater treatment collections. And we have located a few trouble spots and done quite a bit of cleaning, so that drainage should be much better. Also, we have some work done at the community center, still ongoing, to do some repairs there. At Rec Park, there were some repairs done there, actually, in general, playground repair and some other repairs. There is also, our alley paving project is on the agenda. For weeds and grass, we got some cleanup around Cherry Street. There's also been a lot of properties that are have gone delinquent that we have been cleaning up. The borough has been taking care of, so some of those should be noticeably better. And we're going to continue to work on that. Also with junk and some other things that are very visible, we'll be working on that. We're also going to be working on yellow curb painting and some of the white painting as well, as time allows and weather permits. And we'll have at times 2 teams out doing that, 2 groups, 2 crews out doing that. Also, we'll be working on the weeds along the curb in some of the areas coming in and out of town. The pothole patch is certainly ongoing. If anyone has any issues there, let me know. And we're also going to be looking at the ticketing ordinance tonight. And we will be working on police enforcement ongoing for some of those issues that are out there outstanding. Anybody have any questions?
Question? Okay, we'll move on. Communications. We are going to move letter G from new business up to communications. If you don't, do you mind approaching us now?
So, Carol Hyde, project coordinator from CEDACOG. I work with Mifflin County and Lewistown Borough on CDBG funded project grant administration. So today I'd like to request that council approve certification of our project for Lewistown for the fiscal year 2026 application. We had a first public hearing in the spring where we talked about potential projects, and it was the council's priority to have a second year of funding for our phase 2 of the Lewistown Fire Department fire safety equipment procurement. So this is a chance for any questions, concerns, and hearing none, just a project certification that would be included in the application.
What she's referring to is gear purchase. We have a lot of gear in the department that is outdated, and they're actively doing an inventory of all of that gear, and that's what this grant would be decided we would put forth and use the grant money to outfit them with updated equipment or updated protection, PPE. That would be boots, hats, or boots, gloves, and bunker pants, bunker jackets, and then also headgear if needed. The first round of that, if you guys remember, went to the air packs, which those air packs are in service, and I can tell you they're working well, much better than what we've ever had. So that's it then.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Do we need to?
You do need to.
I guess we might as well do a motion.
Yeah, we moved it to a different location, that's okay.
Yeah, I need a motion that we move that letter G to communications.
I'll make a motion, we move.
Do I have a second? All in favor, say aye. Opposed?
Now you need to.
And now we need to approve that grant, or that CDBG.
Make a motion, we.
Use the ground for the fire.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Letter A, request council allow the use of the 3rd Street Firehouse building, one side of it, to the high school drama club. What this is for is,
Communications,
yeah.
go back to the library and city.
oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, let's go back. So the Mifflin County Library letter request for allocation, what's that about? Is that this letter here?
Yes.
That one,
Oh.
yep. So I don't know if you've done an allocation to them in the past. If you haven't, you can just refer that to the finance committee to discuss what kind of allocation you'd like.
We've only given them poll passes for activities in the summer.
Okay. If you want to only do that, or if you want to do any type of financial allocation, you can just refer it to the finance committee or however you'd like that. That's in communication, so.
I would suggest sending to finance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, is that a motion?
Yes.
Do I have a second? All in favor, say aye.
What was your motion? What was your motion?
To send the library to finance,
This
for
thing.
them to approve it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Okay, City Hook and Ladder place in a storage container. So down here in Elizabeth Street is our training area. They got a deal, we have a lot of stuff that we set out down there. There's no place to put it. We have no place to house it when it's not being in training. Both stations would benefit from it. And we're talking about putting a container like this in, it's just a small storage container. That would be removed, owned, operated by the fire department. If we get water, we'll remove it. It doesn't need electricity, it doesn't need a pad. It'll just sit right there in the stones for purpose of storing what we use at that training location when we're there a couple times a year, 3-4 times a year.
So the reason this is under communications is they had sent out a request to council members. So that was just for their request to council members. And you'll see a little further down on the agenda, you actually have to vote for that.
Yeah, it's in letter B.
Right. So the pictures are right there. They originally proposed a storage shed. They now have decided to do a container, and they're going to paint that. And like I said, we have a further discussion there. The only thing I would add, well, I can add what a request in that when we get to that letter. That's good.
Now I can move on. All right, new business, I apologize, that was my fault. Letter A, request to council to allow the high school drama club parents group. Let me emphasize that, it's the parents group, not students, not school related, it's separate, 501c3, to use this side of the firehouse for building the sets. What happened here is the district does not have a teacher for the wood shop, and so they have closed the wood shop at the high school. Well, if you don't have a teacher in there, all that equipment is out of service and can't be used by anybody. The class, it was a 6 months, the first part of the year, called Stagecraft 1, built the sets. I don't know if some of you know Tom Shear, he used to teach that class. Tom is going to come back, would like to come back and help the parents group build the set. Unfortunately, we don't have the room to build it on the stage. We have to build it somewhere like they did and then bring it to the stage. So they're asking for the approval to use this side of the side where we had storage for them to use. This would be a parents group situation. It's not student. No students would be there. This is just for the parents. So that's where we are. I need a motion, or however you guys want to do this.
How long will they use it for?
By the end of January, everything would be moved out, or probably before, because things have to be. Tom goes to Florida in late December, so
When do they start?
well, probably yesterday.
Is there any liability concerns or insurance concerns? If a kid cuts a table?
Well, no kids will be there. This is not a kid's product. This is all parents.
What if an adult cuts a finger off?
They're on their own, just like they are at the high school.
Waiver
So
sign?
do we need, I would like to look into the insurance and liability
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be a good idea to contact your insurance person and see if this is covered.
So I have looked into a little about that, but I can look a little further into that. If you want to approve it pending just an insurance review and modifications for anything like that.
I think we have to make sure we're covered from a liability standpoint.
When will you do that so they know? Look into the liability.
Well, now, they just put it off till next month,
Oh,
till she because we don't have another meeting till next month. And that's fine, that's fine.
Could we approve it pending?
You could approve it pending an insurance review and any
Well,
related.
have you done any research on it yet already?
I have done some research.
And what did they tell you?
They had said with a school-related group that it would be a good idea to have the school cover that. If
But
you're
it's
saying it's
not-
not a
No,
school-related.
it's a separate
group.
501c3. Just
Well-
like if somebody who would go into the rec center and rent the rec center for a wedding or something, or an event down there.
So what we normally do, what's being recommended from our insurance is that we get insurance, kind of like event insurance, for that coverage. So they would be covered for any liability.
Would that be something 501(c) provides?
I don't-
Almost like a rental insurance if they're renting a building? Or?
I don't know what they have as their insurance.
We don't.
If you do.
501c has no, because there's no name to it.
Make a motion, we table it.
Can't we approve it though pending?
It's up to you guys.
Well, if he doesn't get a second, it's over.
Right.
I second the table. Issue. I think from a liability standpoint, we have to make sure we're covered. I mean, that's just the world that we live in.
But I get what he says, that's gonna hold it off a whole other month. If they're gonna start now, right?
That's fine. Roll call.
Lisa Knutson?
Yes.
Jake Flood?
Yes.
Debbie Seer?
Yeah.
Scott Gutschall?
Yes.
Matt Moore?
Abstain.
And Jim Steele?
No.
The motion was to table until next week.
Yeah. New business B, request the council to allow City Hook and Ladder to place a storage container on Elizabeth Street. That's the thing we just talked about, for them to put storage in. This would be for both fire companies to use. It would be controlled by us. If we get high water, we will pull it out. We already had that set up with the towing company to come down and pull it out for us.
So moved.
I had one addition. I just wanted to make it dependent on having an agreement with them for coverage of that.
Yeah, I have that started, I just didn't get that
Right.
completed,
So Mark-
so I'll get that for
Yeah.
you.
Mark can give us just an agreement that they will take care of it or take care of the containment. They're planning to paint it, so just take care of that, and then also insure the contents so that that contents is not our responsibility. So you can approve pending that agreement.
Make a motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Lisa Knutson?
Yes.
Jake Flood?
Yes.
Debbie Seer?
Yes.
Scott Gutschall?
Yes.
Matt Moore?
Abstain?
Jim Steele?
Yes.
Okay, approval of the ticking ordinance as advertised.
So that's been, we discussed this last month, that it is advertised and ready for approval. Tonight, if council so inclined, this is to allow the codes department to have a streamlined method of rating violation tickets for some minor code violations that will be prior to the whole court procedure. So the hope is that people will get these tickets and comply with the matter without having to go through the more expensive and time-consuming court process.
So that's been advertised and it's ready for you to approve.
Make a motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Lisa Knutson?
Yes.
Jake Flood?
Yes.
Heather Seer?
Yes.
Scott Gutschall?
Yes.
Matt Moore?
Yes.
Jim Steele?
Yes.
We will be tabling letter D. Julie's not prepared to get into that at this point.
Correct, that'll go to the next meeting.
Recommend from Finance Committee to award the bids for the lowest bidder for the paving of Lehigh Alley and Susquehanna Street. We've been over this. There is some sections that we're gonna redo, so the,
I'm moved. Second.
all in favor say aye. Opposed? Request of Mayor Bargo to have the Red, White, and Blue Goose Day Parade in Lewistown, September 29th. This will be in conjunction with Goose Day, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm moved. Second.
All in favor say aye. Opposed?
Thank you.
Letter H, request from Rec Board to advertise for a board member.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye. Opposed? We are at public comment. Anybody would like to address council at this time?
Good evening. I thought it would be good to give folks an update on some things that are happening in downtown and also the area. If you view posts on Facebook, you would think the sky is falling. I'm here to tell you that it's certainly not the case. Now, our work is only made possible through contributions from business, industry, municipal donations, and individuals. So what we have been able to do is take those local funds and leverage dollars from the state and in some cases national organizations to see progress within the borough as well as the area. Now designation, I don't know if people really are aware of this, but designation is so important to getting the contributions from the state, from other organizations into the area. Designation as a Main Street Matters community, but also designation as an enterprise zone through Department of Community and Economic Development. So what that has translated into is we have just seen the addition of the 50th business, either new, relocated, or expanded into the downtown over the last several years. So if you take even one of those business as one employee, that's 50 new employees. And in several instances, there are much larger entities that have certainly, set up a location within downtown. We continue to work with businesses on facade improvement, and that is directly made possible through contributions from borough and borough staff. We work quite a bit with the codes office when we do a facade rehab. When we leave that project, when that property owner makes those improvements, the property is up to code on the exterior. Now, with these dollars, we've leveraged and secured or are currently administering just a little under $1.5 million. Through those contributions, we've also been able to secure a brand new program, and I wanted to make sure people knew this. We now have an interior improvement business development grant, which is available for interior construction, It can be used for connectivity upgrades. It can be used for marketing and promotion. And then it can also be used for capital expenses. So this is just rolling out. I've had several contacts with a number of folks, and I can tell you that we are only one of 3 communities within the state that is administering this program. So, I'm here to tell you that things are exploding and continue to develop in downtown, and it's made possible through property owners that are making the investments. We have some property owners that have chosen to not do anything, and they're going to be left behind. With the vacant property ordinance that the borough has put into place, we're also seeing that having a marked improvement in the conditions within downtown and within the borough. Also with our LERTA program, that's making a difference. So, I intend to give you some updates on a periodic basis, but I wanted to give you a whole perspective as of right now. We need to keep the pedal to the floor and moving forward. Thanks.
Thank you.
My name's Ken Baxter. I live at 653 Valley Street. I'm here tonight for a concern for Rock Point Road, which is beside my place. It's owned by Claude Fetters. The road goes up and meets
Who's it owned by?
Claude Fetters. It meets Virginia Avenue behind my house, which is borough maintained. My concern today is, and Caitlin's been up last week when I talked to her, I talked to Julie as well. That road washes out every time we get downpours. Caleb Bush owns the apartment building across from us. 2 Sundays ago, he had one of his tenants, I thought he'd be here tonight. One of his tenants called and said, hey, you need to get in here. There's water running in the bottom apartment. It's coming from that top of that hill. And the bad part is, he lives in Derry Township, and the road is in Lewistown Borough. I've talked to the Derry Township manager, can't think of her name offhand, Kelly Stubbs. Same thing, there's nothing we can do since it's privately owned. I went to talk to Mr. Ettinger, and I talked to Craig Weston. Their limits, I believe they told me, were $13,000 if they would send him a letter to tell him if I would sue Claude to get this fixed. Their limit, it's probably going to be $50,000 to $75,000 to do it properly. Needs drains put up there, probably paved. All that water, some of that water has ruined my property on that side of the house. Last summer I put $300 worth of mulch in there. 2 days later it was all washed out. Got dirt and stones. I'm not even messing with it anymore. And then in the wintertime, I had the state there, PennDOT. He said, this is ridiculous. In the wintertime, that's up where I live. That is the flattest part of Valley Street. The water does not run towards the fave, and it doesn't run towards town. So we've had PennDOT there at least 3 times in the wintertime because all that runoff when the snow melts at night, it freezes. And the more it freezes, the further out the ice goes into the middle of Valley Street, and there's going to be a bad accident there one of these days. As far as the status goes with Claude, he's in his 90s. I don't know what anybody here knows him or not. He worked at the Standard. He owns that road and 23 acres up on that ridge. He's in his 90s. I don't know whether he's still at the house or is he in the nursing home. But me personally, and I know Caleb, he spent at least $3,000 there about a month ago to fix that, tamp it, had a bobcat in there, brought stone in to fix it. That was a Wednesday. A Friday, that same week, that Friday, it was all washed out again. We're right back to square one. So I would just like to know what, I'm at my wit's end. What is the law? Do I have to? I really can't afford an attorney to sue him. I'm looking for help. I wish the Lewistown Borough and the Derry Township would work together to try and get this. I've never, I think Caitlin will tell you the same thing. I've never seen anything like it. The mailman has to drive in my yard to get around the ditches that are up there. And the garbage truck, I'm sure he's probably scared to death to come down over there off of Virginia Avenue. Third, there's a fire up there. The only fire hydrant is in front of that apartment complex. I'd like to see 15 fire trucks try to get up there. The lady behind us, she's handicapped, she's in a wheelchair. An ambulance would need, I understand you can go up Virginia Avenue, but the fire trucks would need to hook the hose up to the fire hydrant that's sitting out in front of the apartment building. So that's just my concern for tonight. I just wish we could work together and try to get this resolved somehow.
So I did talk to you about that. Did
Yeah.
you check in with PennDOT? Because you can make complaints because it's a safety issue.
I did talk to,
PennDOT.
he's retiring in about 6 weeks. I talked to him. I think he said he was going to talk to Ben Rager to see what they can come up with. He told me that they should have, whenever they redid that, they should have put drains down at the bottom whenever they redid Valley Street. My solution is, and I'm not the smartest man in the county, there's going to need a drain at the top and probably one at the middle. It's going to have to be blacktop, the whole thing. Because if you put drains up there, all that's going to do, that's stuff's just going to wash right down into the drain. You're going to have to put underground piping all the way down the hill and then tie it into something on Valley Street. I wish Caleb would have been here. The other day they were in there shoveling mud out from underneath that garage because tenants slipped and fell. And the tenants slipped and fell, I understand, from the mud that was in there. I feel bad for him because he's putting his own money out of his own pocket to fix it, so his tenants can get in and out of there. I know she said she was up the other day and she treaded very lightly to get down off of there. So I'll just leave it at that. So thank you. Thanks. Yeah.
There's people up there showing up to put up all these years.
I mean, if it's
Something needs to be
That's
done.
not borough-owned, that's a private property.
It's private property, so I mean, we can't tell them. They can put, the borough side, we can probably do something with, but you're talking about having an engineer come in and designing that and,
Well, it
Yeah.
actually doesn't really, the borough side is actually not contributing. It would need to be, the PennDOT road right there could have something. So PennDOT, I actually can contact PennDOT and let them know that we have concerns about it as well.
But if you don't
So-
fix the whole
Yeah.
road, you senseless to leave down the bottom.
Can't fix it.
yeah.
And
We can't pay.
I get frustrated, and Kelly says, there's nothing I can do. Well, and I told Caitlin, if my yard, the yard grass was higher than what it was supposed to be, I guarantee you she'd be sending me a letter in the mail saying, hey, either get your grass cut or you're getting a fine. You know, and I've had wrecks involved in this for years, ever since Rod bought the property. And, you know, I feel bad for wrecks, but that's how long ago. It's been at least 10 years now.
You put up with it a long, long time.
Yeah.
Something needs to be done up there.
And unfortunately, it would be more of a civil issue at the,
Even
because
if
we
you
don't have any
meet with
control.
Dairy Township and maybe between the two, you know.
I don't know whether somebody here can talk to Kelly, and, you know, I'll be glad to come to a meeting and just, like I said, I don't know what Claude's situation is, because he's 95 or 96.
Is he still in there? He's still
Derek
there?
comes down once in a while. Yeah, he's still up there.
Let's see what we can do. We'll-
But I appreciate your time. and-
Thank you very much for coming in. Anybody else for public comment at this time? Okay, then I guess we'll move into executive session. We're adjourned for right now.